They're ours right now. Greg?
Hey.
Unboxing day. What do you got?
Right now I got a fuel pump kit for Greg Channel. This is the triple pump kit for his crazy 100 horsepower C7.
Triple pump.
Triple drop-in fuel tank pumps. This is a big boy kit with port injection.
Can we peek at it?
Yeah, it's all wrapped up, but let's see. Look at this drop-in hanger, and then there'll be three pumps that hang off of this to supply all the fuel that he needs. We got about 4 of these in for 4 of our builds this week. These are big boy builds. These are 1,500 horsepower fuel systems each. Pretty nuts.
Something a little different today, guys. Obviously y'all know us for all the Corvettes and Camaros and Cadillacs and stuff we build. We do Dodges and Fords, just not every day. Here we have a 2021 Hellcat Redeye. Baseline is literally a brand new car. It's actually from a good customer of ours, Mr. Davis from New Mexico. We built him a 1,000 horsepower C601 Corvette that's actually about to make more horsepower than that, but for the meantime, his daily driver is this new vehicle he just bought. We're gonna try to just do like our little stage 1 package to it, try to give him another 80 to 100 rear wheel horsepower. So we're about to baseline it today, see where it starts out at, and then hopefully sometime next week we'll see the final results after we do our little bolt-on package.
Finally getting this Redeye on the dyno today. Nick strapping it up.
Wow. Okay.
Brand new paper plates, crispy white and black. What's it supposed to make?
These things are new to us. We've done quite a few Trackhawks and Dodges in the past, and regular Challengers, but the Redeye is different. This one's 797 flywheel, I think. So I'm gonna predict 670 to the tire stock, but I could be wrong. We'll find out. We're about to find out. I'm excited to see. I really am. This thing is again, for a car right from the factory with 797 flywheel horsepower is pretty impressive. So if it makes 670 to even close to 700 rear wheel horsepower stock, it's gonna be awesome. But our goal is to shoot for our package that we're gonna do. I'm shooting for about 100 rear wheel horsepower gain. So we'll see where we start, and hopefully we pick up 100 rear wheel horsepower when we're done.
Where'd you hook it up to?
The control arm like we do on the Cadillacs and Camaros, but the frickin' exhaust, man.
Exhaust is gonna be close?
It's touching one of those guys. It might.
It barely fits on this thing.
Here with Mr. Davis's 2021 Hellcat Redeye. I just wanted to show y'all one of the things we have to do to these is obviously the ECM has to be sent out to HP tuners to be unlocked, And the other thing is the smart, they call it like a bypass cable. They call it a smart access cable. It's for any 18 and up Dodge. So obviously we do a lot of Fords here. It took us a second to figure out where to put this, but if y'all look down here, we needed to remove this right here, and then we're gonna take it and install this in its place. So it took my little fingers to get it in there, but we literally clip it in like this, and then now I gotta figure out how much room I got to be able to get it back in. But just wanted to show y'all, it's not, everyone thinks some of these jobs should be done in 10 or 15 minutes, and it's so easy to do.
Shut off.
As you, oh, no it's not, it's still filming.
Oh.
It's still filming, Nick.
Oh, okay. It's just the back screen.
The red light's still filming.
Oh, my bad.
As y'all can see, we're taking apart this car, which is a brand new car to do. So you gotta be very careful with what you're doing, because we don't wanna break nothing. Exactly. But I just wanted y'all to see that it isn't something that gets done in 5 seconds or 5 minutes like a lot of people on the internet like to say it is. But yeah, I'm gonna finish plugging this in and I'll go back to showing y'all more about this package we're doing. So, smart access cable is now installed. Done. Now Nick gets to put the dash back together. Be very, very careful.
I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, please don't snap in half.
It's just a brand new 2021.
Right.
Come on. All right, so other mods, guys, we're doing. Obviously, we're gonna do a supercharger pulley for more boost. We got bigger injectors gonna go in it, so we have enough fuel to cover the more boost. And then we also have a little catch can we're gonna put on it as well. So not a lot of crazy mods. We're gonna call this like our stage 1, see what we can get. My goal is 80 to 100 rear wheel horsepower gain on 93 octane. Then later, if we want to do E85, we have to do like a booster pump or something with the stock fuel pump to give us more, to get, you know, another 50 or so out of it. But I think the stock fuel pump will be fine for what we're about to do on 93 octane. And again, 80 to 100 rear wheel horsepower goal I think is perfect for a little stage 1 package. So we will see where we get. But here in a second, once they're done with that, they already did the ECM installed. The smart access cable is now installed. I think Chris or Dan's gonna come over here and try to change the supercharger pulley out, and we'll go from there. All right, so smart access cable is installed. The new ECM is installed. We got blinkers on and no, okay, we're good. Now let's see if we can pull the file, see if you guys can see this. So Dodges are a little bit different than GMs. You can see how here it doesn't tell us what it is. It found the TCM, which I'm not gonna read right now. But for the ECM, we gotta actually go down the drop-down menu and select what we're doing here. So let's tell it, and let's see if it works. Come on, baby.
Yeah,
there we go.
It went straight to fail. So
now we are good. So it's about to pull the stock file, as you can see, in 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Gosh dang it. But after that, that'll give us the stock file. Then I can put in the injector data and a few other little things that we need to change for more boost and go from there. But just want to show you guys, again, people think, oh, you just tune a car, it's easy to do. The time it takes us to pull the ECM out, ship it off, or order ECM and install an ECM, then the bypass cable, you know, that little time, it adds up, and it costs money for the part. So it's not as simple as bring your Dodge, your 2021 Dodge Hellcat in or Redeye in today and wait an hour as we tune it. You know, it's not like that. But I'm gonna let that do that, and we'll come back out, like I said, when Chris or Dan or whoever's gonna work on this thing start changing the supercharger pulley.
So before the update, all you can see is what?
Like 3 things.
yeah, literally.
I say 3 things, only a couple things. Now we literally just updated it. Now I can actually see injector bolts width and a whole bunch of other parameters. They call them PIDs that we couldn't see yesterday.
Look at all of that.
I
We
know.
only had 20 total, I think.
I know.
Last time. That's so good.
Now we got at least, yeah.
At least 50.
Yep, much better. It'll make it a lot easier. Pretty cool little setup from the factory here, Dodge did. We had inner chillers to some of the GM stuff that we do with the cars that come with blowers from the factory. This car has a built-in inner chiller. Go to race options, chiller, and right now I have it running right now. So it actually uses the AC system to help cool the heat exchanger system, which is pretty gnarly. Keeps intake air temps down. And it's pretty cool it comes from the factory that way. Dodge is doing a lot of cool stuff. So just a little proof that the inner chiller is actually working. I made 772 last night on the dyno, 707 torque. This morning I came in and made 776 and 715 torque. I pulled 1 degree of timing out for like my final ship it tune, and we've made 3 pulls back to back to back on the dyno. And it went from the 776 down to 750 and then back to 760. So even with this thing making back to back to back pulls, the inner chiller keeps intake air temps down, which allows it to make 750 over and over and over again. I'm curious to see what it'll do on the street, so hopefully when we get on the street later, I'll be able to data log it and see if it feels just as good doing the same thing. As long as the intake air temps stay down, it'll be making 750 plus every pull we make, which is pretty cool. All right, if y'all are watching this video, y'all already know we got a little something different today for y'all. As y'all know, I do a lot of GM and Cadillac. Obviously the new Corvettes are our specialties. Lately we've been doing a little bit of Fords and a little bit of Dodges. And today we are in Mr. Davis's 2021 Hellcat Redeye. And to be honest guys, this is my first time actually driving this vehicle. I didn't even test drive it stock. We only have right over 600 miles on the odometer. So I'm really curious to give y'all my input on what I think of the car. You know, I'm so used to Corvettes and Cadillacs, you know, CTSVs and stuff like that, even, you know, the GM trucks, but, you know, even the Camaros, you know, a lot of the ZL1 Camaros, I'm curious to see if how it's similar to it and how it's different. I will say, just getting in it and starting to drive it, the seat's pretty comfortable. You got plenty of room. The car does feel heavy. I mean, not in a bad way, but you know, you can just tell it's not a Corvette, but definitely a very comfortable car. And this car in particular, Mr. Davis, we've built him a C6 ZR1 that's well over 1,000 horsepower. This one, he just wanted just a nice simple bolt-on package, so this one has our stage 1 package on it. I'm sure in the build video, I don't know what all we showed y'all, but it's nothing too crazy to this package. He lives in New Mexico, so he wanted to keep it on 93 octane. He didn't want to do E85, which will be the next step if he wants more power than this. But the car came in, I want to say at baseline, so these things, they rate them at like 790 something, I believe, flywheel. It made 645 rear wheel horsepower on our dyno. Where it baselined, and man, with the simple mods we did with our stage 1, we made 778, I think it was almost 780 rear wheel horsepower. So you're talking, I was hoping anywhere between 80 and 100 rear wheel horsepower gain. We did you know, well over 100 rear wheel horsepower, and with the mods we did, I think that's very impressive. We actually kept the factory airbox on it. We did an upper pulley on it, obviously a new belt, with bigger injectors in it. And the new Dodges like this one, we had to get the ECM unlocked, and it also needs a bypass cable that needs to be installed, which I think we videoed that going in. So you'll be able to see the few little things we did to it. Again, all in all, we just upped the boost just a little bit. The injectors are obviously to keep the fueling safe for what we want. If we wanted to go E85 with this car, to get it over 800, you know, really 850 to the tires, we would have to do like a dual booster pump for the back, for the electric pumps, to give it enough fuel to support the extra 30% for the E85. But on 93 octane, 770 rear wheel horsepower and over 700 rear wheel torque is, I think, a monster in my book for the money we're spending on the parts. It's not like we're spending $1 million on it. So these things from the factory, I might have said before, they come with their own built-in inner chiller. So I'm driving the car right now. It's 90 something degrees outside here in Houston. So I got the AC on right now, but before I make a pull, I'm gonna turn on the inner chiller. I'm actually gonna try it now. And I'm gonna watch. So the manifold air temps are at like 153 right now. Let me see if I can get them to drop a little bit before we make a test pass. Again, guys, I've never driven one of these before, so I'm gonna try, I think maybe third gear. It has the factory tires still on it. If it does something crazy, we'll just have to start over and try it again. Maybe in a higher gear. I don't know how good this thing's gonna hook up. So yeah, Dodge is stepping their game up. An inner chiller from the factory, that's pretty cool. The Cadillac guys, like the CTSVs and stuff that we do them on, I think the inner chiller kits alone are over $2,000. That's just for the kit, then you got a lot of labor to install them. So, you know, you buy one of these from the factory, it comes with it, that's pretty impressive. Of course, I'm gonna test drive the car when it's close to 5 o'clock, so traffic's gonna be horrible. I'll have to wait and take my shot at trying to make a little rip here. I'm curious to feel the torque and see how good this thing hooks up, to see how it does compare to some of the ZL1s that we build and even some of the Corvettes we do. Factory manifolds, factory cats, factory mufflers. We left all that alone, again, just to keep it simple and to keep the cost down for our stage 1 package. That way we have plenty of room to go. I know like our stage 2 will probably be E85. Then after that, we'll start including headers and stuff like that for customers that are wanting, you know, bigger power with more boost. Especially when they, you know, want to go to the track and actually use it. Alright, let's try this thing. See how manual mode works. I just want to try a little baby pull. So third gear, a little over 3,000. That it hooked up very well though. I didn't flat foot it because I was kind of nervous first time flooring the car, but that thing pulled 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Wow. I wish I had a draggy in here. I can get y'all some 60 to 130 times. That'd be a good comparison. I'm gonna pull over and look at the log because that was my first pull in this thing on the street since we got it off the dyno. I wanted to look at it and make sure. So this thing runs in closed loop, so it has wide bands just like the Fords do. So fueling should be good, but I just want to double check it, check the timing out, and also check intake air temp. I'm curious to see what it does on the street with the. I just turned the chiller on right before we made that pass. I want to make sure air temps aren't going crazy. Oh, of course, I reset my scanner and it didn't get air temps. Gosh dang it. Well, have to do that one more time then. Let me see. Yeah, darn it. I didn't get manifold air temps. Fueling is good. So I'm manually shifting it. I only shifted it at 6,000 RPMs. I short shifted it. Shifted at 6,000 again, both pulls. So let's save this. Let's find Kevin Davis's folder. Man, the blower sounds good. How much boost? Looks like 14, almost 15 pounds of boost. So again, we didn't turn it up nothing crazy. Injectors still have plenty of room, so that's good. Let's see if I can get manifold air temp to read now. There we go. Alright. So after that pull, at least it dropped to 140s, which is awesome. Some of the LT4 blowers that we do, I think I tell y'all, man, they get up to 180, 200 pretty quick when you make back-to-back rips. So this thing's staying, it's actually dropping to 140 right now. Yeah, if it'll stay between 140 and 160 driving around, that's super impressive on a Houston day at 90 something degrees outside. Fuel pressure is crazy on these cars too. Something else that's different than a GM is fuel pressure gets really high on these things when you go wide open throttle and boost. You know, I'm talking over 100 psi of fuel pressure, so you'll know if you're at a fuel system or not. This would be something I wouldn't mind driving, especially with the back seats. Be able to put a car seat in it for one of my kids. I think I'd want to put an E85 in it though. I think I'd want 850 the tires, but this thing's still pretty cool for what it is. It's mind-blowing, the little mods we did to make almost 800 rear-wheel horsepower. That's super impressive to me. If we get time, I just thought about it, if we get time, we have a few Cadillacs that we just finished up. Leave a comment below if y'all want to see this thing against like a 700 rear-wheel horsepower CTSV. I think we got one that's making close to 700, and then we got one that's making, I believe, close to 800 rear-wheel horsepower. So leave a comment below, let me know what y'all think. If should I try it out against a 700 rear-wheel horsepower one or an 800 rear-wheel horsepower one? Both of them will both be on factory tires as well, so we'll go from a little bit higher roll to try to keep traction out of the equation and just kind of see a power to weight ratio race. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. But I'm just cruising it now, and yeah, manifold air temps are dropping all the way down to 135. I got the inner chiller on, so the AC's not blowing, so I'm starting to get hot here, but I'm gonna turn around and I wanna do one more. Of course, traffic's gonna be a, you know what. Come on. course, my guys, they always leave these things out of gas. That's one thing you never want to do, guys, is race a car that's under a quarter of a tank of gas. Always make sure you got gas in your car. I'm getting close to it, so good thing it doesn't have an aftermarket low side picking up on the tank. Alright, I'm gonna do third gear again. I'm gonna go from a little bit higher RPM. I'm gonna try like 4,000. Man, the shifts are really smooth. It doesn't bang into gear real hard like a lot of the GMs we do. When I tune them, you know, they shift a lot firmer. This thing still has a factory TCM in it. Being the stage 1, I didn't think there'd be a need to tune the transmission. It shifts fine, it's just not, it's a smooth shift, if that makes sense. You're not feeling it kick you into the next gear. But it does shift fine. And it does pull good. It has good torque. It does just feel heavy. You know, it's a bigger car, obviously. So, yeah, I'm gonna pull over, check that log one more time, and then if we have time before it heads back to Mr. Davis, if y'all leave enough comments below, maybe we'll try to do a little comparison video for you guys. But all in all, I love this thing. If those of you out there watching, if you have a Dodge Hellcat, one of the newer ones, please hit us up. We can start off simple with the stage 1 package. You know, 100 rear wheel horsepower gain for not that much money. And then if you're looking for more than that, we can do it pretty easily. Like I said, we can add E85 to this thing, or we can obviously turn the boost up and with E85 put some headers on it, and there's quite a few other little things. A little better cold air. JLT makes a nice big cold air for it. So leave comments below, and if you Dodge guys out there are watching, hit us up. I'd be glad to build some more of these things for y'all. But it's getting hot, so I'm turning. Oh, hold on. I want to see. Since I'm still recording and y'all are here, I'm gonna pull over, check the log. I want to be able to share the air temps with y'all. Let's see what we got. So air temps at the beginning of the run, 129. They got up to 158, so not bad at all at the end of the run. Fuel pressure is insane. It's over 100 PSI of fuel pressure. And yeah, it's about 15 pounds of boost, so nice and safe for 93 octane. Again, simple boost to pumps and E85, even the same boost level, it'll make well over 800. And on E85, it'll be a lot safer to turn the boost up. Then we can turn it up a couple more pounds and 850, maybe even 900 with this stock motor. But then I'd want to tune the TCM as well. Like I said, the shifts were good. They're just very smooth. But all in all, it's man, I actually do really like this car. So I might have to talk to the wife, either get one of these or maybe one of the wide body Chargers. Again, leave comments below. I'm not a Dodge guy, so try to sell me on getting one of these things if y'all are Dodge people. Do I get a Charger, a Challenger, and then which one? Y'all, the Redeyes or just the regular Hellcats? I know they got the Demons out there, and then they have the super stock, I believe. So anyways, I'm gonna finish looking at this log, and we'll finish it up right there. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of this beautiful 2021 Hellcat Redeye. I know it's only a stage 1 package, but to me and my guys, man, we absolutely love this vehicle. We love the platform. Those of you watching, if you have a friend with a Dodge, just tag them on this video. Maybe they'll want to send it to us for even a stage 2 or maybe one of our stage 3 packages. We also have, for you guys to stay tuned, plenty of GM stuff, high horsepower jobs, in the pipeline as we speak. We have 2 that are being custom built right now that aren't just our normal little packages, and we have like 4 or 5 other in line to go behind it. And maybe some merch. Find out on our Instagram. As always, guys, y'all new to that channel, hit that subscribe button, bell notifications for future videos coming up. If y'all follow our channel, I appreciate it. Thumbs up or thumbs down, leave comments below, share as much as possible. Thanks, guys.